Os, os.
Os.
Os, Sensei, how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing great. I have you. I have your your voice, but I don't have
Video. Let's see if we can get the video going here.
Take your time. I'm just getting everybody logged in. If you can hear me, I'm just going to ask everybody just to mute their except for you, Sensei Matt, who I'm talking to. Just mute your microphone. As we have people coming in left and right now, so trying to see where we're at. Give me 1 second. Admit. Hey, Sensei.
Oh, hello everyone.
Hey, Sensei.
Oh, hello everyone.
Great.
So nice to see everyone here. Thank you so much, Hidoshi, and all the teachers as well. Super grateful, and it's a true honor. Oh.
We're gonna have a great time tonight, man. This is fantastic. We'll go over a few things. I'm still getting people logging on, so just everybody mute their microphones for a second, and I'll just start to kind of get everybody admitted.
Of course.
You assume I know how to do that.
Leave it to
I can punch through a brick wall, but muting a microphone is another whole story.
If you are you on a phone or are you on
I'm on a laptop. I'll find it. I'll smack some buttons. Don't worry about me.
I'm not well, you look great, man.
Thank you. I've been
You
training.
always look good. So just let me get see who else we got here. Hold on. I'm gonna just for a second, I gotta just find Reggie here. Reggie, hold on. Reggie, make host.
I'm in here.
Reggie-san, I just do you want to change the host to Reggie Gold? I don't know if I want to change it.
No, you can make me co-host. So if you drop out, it'll make me host. Just make me co.
Hold on, let me do that again. Where are you now? Hold on. Reggie. Make host. I have I only have make host. I'm not seeing it.
Jeff, you look very ready.
Let me see. Hold on. We're getting more people. Osteen Broncos are on. Hi, Dominic. So if you're just logging on, I'm going to ask you just to mute your microphones, except for Reggie, so I can just kind of get everybody set up. Let's see, Reggie, you keep dropping down. Hold on. Use audio chat. I only have make host. I think if I make you the host and I'm still on, I don't think there's an issue. Maybe. Can you text Jonah?
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a problem. You just they'll let you like.
You can make Reggie the host, and he can spotlight you as the speaker.
Say that again.
Make Reggie the host, and then Reggie will go in the top right.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine if you make me the host.
Okay. We're getting a lot of people, and this is awesome.
Okay, is that good, Keith?
Hold on, let me get everybody else on here. Sensei Jonathon Gonzalez is on now. Good. Also everybody. Suzanne, do you have me for a second?
Yeah, if you make Reggie the host,
Yep.
and Reggie can spotlight your photo, so we're still.
I got it.
Okay, Reggie, I'm going to go ahead and do that then. All right.
And I'll pin you so everybody can see you.
Right. So I just made you the host, Reg, for a second.
All right,
But I don't know if that means you have to admit the people coming on, or if I'm still able to do that.
My man. I'll do it. No problem.
So we're still getting people coming on. Obviously, we're still a little bit early. We got about 15 minutes. Senpai Jonathon Gonzalez, if you could unmute your microphone, let me just see your video, make sure you're coming through.
Yeah, he's coming through.
All Let me see if
Okay, do you-
There he is, Sensei.
I got okay. I got Sensei Burger. I got Sifu. Let's see. I know I got Juan Ma already. Let me just see. There's Sensei. There's Sempai.
Rose, how are you?
It's great to see you.
It's great to see you again.
Yes, man. I have a few other people connecting. Just to let you know, there's a few people that don't have their video up, and that's okay. I just want to make sure that I have my instructors and they're getting through. Reggie.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to keep you as the host for now, just because I've had some issues with my internet today that's been going in and out. So just in case the odd chance it goes out,
yep,
I've given you sort of the rights to the meeting. You know the order of stuff, so that just for some reason I drop the internet, then we're all good. Still good to train.
Also.
Okay.
Yeah. Still coming through.
Yep. I'm just gonna let's see how I do this over here. Hold on, going back. Where is my participants? Good. We're doing great. We got about 25 people on already. This is awesome, and we haven't even started. Sensei Jeff Berger, Reggie, can you unmute Sensei Jeff?
Yeah, I should be able to. He's got to click it real quick.
He's under Jessica Schulte.
Yeah, he's good right now.
He's good. Hey, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
So good to see you guys.
It's great to see you, man. Thank you guys for being here, man. This is fantastic.
Honored to be part of it.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. So, we'll wait. We're going to give it up till 6. So my suggestion to everybody, if you're not stretched out and warmed up, you should probably start doing that right now, because since the timing of everybody's sessions are really I'm going to keep everybody to 20 minutes on their teaching. I know the teachers don't want to take time to stretch you. That's not what they're here to do. They want to spend time on content. So make sure you're stretched out, and then if I'll have everybody mute except for myself and the teacher at the time. Right around 6, we may wait for a minute or two after, and then we'll get cranking. Reggie, you're still letting people in?
Yep, here, Sensei Kamil's. I just admitted him. He'll be in a second.
Great. Okay,
Yeah,
now
a lot of people connecting through, but they're all coming in.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, man.
Sensei Matt, it's great to see you, man. I appreciate you being here. Shihan Po, great to see you. This is fantastic. Fantastic. Now I'm going to slide back this way, see who else is with us. Got lots of people from all over. Great. Sensei Kamil.
Os.
How are you, brother?
Awesome. How are you?
I'm great. It's good to see you, man.
You too.
We got a lot of people now from all over. It's wonderful. Let me just see if I'm getting Ray Vargas is connecting. Okay. Veronica is. Ben Shannon is. I don't see. Okay. Sensei Juan Ma, you still with us?
Yes, of course, Hidoshi. Here I am.
Great, brother.
Best regards for everyone. Super excited.
Yes, we're gonna have a great night, man. This is gonna be fantastic. I'm super excited to have everybody here. So I am gonna give it another 10 minutes just because we did advertise 6 o'clock. So let's wait till then. For the instructors, this is how I was on a training on Saturday with Sensei Kamil, with Shion Gorakov and a couple of other guys from IFK, England, and the Netherlands, and it was great. And they've been doing this a little bit more than I have, so they're a little bit more tech savvy than I am. What I did was I had Reggie, my student, I made him host. I've had some spotty internet today, so on the odd chance that I lose the signal, I'll have Reggie kind of take over, and he can kind of run things. He knows what order. I will say that what I'd like to do is I'm going to keep all the instructors to about 20 minutes. Okay, maybe even a minute or two before that. I know it's short, but I'd love to be able to get a chance to for everybody here to be able to hear from you guys as well. A few words of wisdom and maybe words about your training or whatever. And then we can move to the next person so that we can kind of keep it flowing. So when we're training under you, everybody will be muted. And at some point I'll unmute if I think we're getting close to time. And again, not to be rude or in any way a jerk. I'm just going to try to keep us on time so that, because otherwise, us martial artists will be training until midnight tonight. And Dominic has to go to bed at some point. So stretch out, and when we get started, we will. I'll say a few words, and then we'll start with Sensei Kamil. And I appreciate everybody being here and doing this. It's really, really cool to see everybody. So,
Sensei Shidoshi, how are we treating the warm up of in all of this?
What I had said before, Sensei Kamil,
I'm starting out heavy, bro.
Good, man. Well, I had told everybody right now. I just told everybody. Well, I figured you as being the fighter you are, that you were not going to waste time with stretching. So I told everybody right now they have 9 minutes to stretch, and imagine that when they come in, they're fighting the third round they're in the final overtime.
Right.
So yeah, no, in terms of stretching out, I would have everybody stretch out now. You got another 10 minutes. But I had said before, I know that for all the instructors who are teaching, everybody here wants to work on content, and everybody should know how to stretch. So get yourself loose, and and we'll get started in about 9 minutes or so. Does that work for you, Sensei Kamil?
Oh, it's amazing.
Great, man. Great. So Sifu Mar Cardona. Make sure you know how to use your mic, man.
We don't have to,
You got
Yes,
it. Awesome.
sir.
How you doing, brother?
Freaking outstanding.
Good, man. You look great.
Hey, thanks. I just want you to know I did bring my special socks. Okay? Because if I can't be like Sensei Sean, then I have to be like Batman.
I was thinking maybe you were going to do like some sort of sock technique, some kung fu
I
sock
thought about it, but nobody wants to do stinky sock kung fu.
It's awesome to have you, man. I'm honored.
I'm very excited.
We're going to have a good night. As long as my tech, as long as I set the Zoom thing up right, I hope it'll be okay. I'm pretty sure I set everything up.
Yeah, you got like 33 right now.
Good to go.
Good. Well, we'll give it another 5 minutes, and we'll start at 6, and then we can get cranking. So just stay loose, stretch out, and and we'll get started.
What was the order again for the people, Sensei?
Yeah, so we're gonna go with Sensei Kamil. We'll start.
Yes.
And then we're gonna go to Coach Jeff.
Hi.
Then to Sempai Jonathon Gonzalez from Costa Rica.
Nice.
And then we'll go to you, Sifu. And we'll finish up the night with our good friend Sensei Juan Ma, who always seems to have gas left in the gas tank, which is kind of why I wanted to put him at the end, because I know he'll take us and elevate us at the end.
Fabulous.
Well, I know Dino feels the same way. I know Dino and you have, and Peter for that matter. You've all shared the ring many times. So
yeah, we're close. We're tight friends. Those guys are the best, and they're super young. Their family's amazing. Lots of respect for them. They're actually teaching next week, right?
Yeah, 100%. May 7th, we got them. I can't wait. Awesome family. We got a lot of good people, and I'm honored. As I'm looking around, I'm seeing all different styles, and I'm so honored to have Sensei Matt with us from the Kanrakai organization in Connecticut. I see a few of my students, even my next door neighbor seems to be on, getting ready to train. Way to go, Katie, that a girl. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. Oh, and look at that, Sempai Tom joined us, and so did my father-in-law. This is great. Excellent. And Becca-san, fantastic. So stretch out and, and be ready. Reggie, I'm seeing that Big Ray is having trouble getting on with his audio. So hopefully.
Everyone's just connected. You got a lot of people in here right now. You got like 35.
Good. Senpai Greer's on. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey, Reggie,
Awesome.
do you know how to ask everybody to turn on their audio in the top corner for each one of their names? You can request for them to turn their video.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll get everybody in. They'll do that, and then we'll mute everybody except for Sensei Kamil, and then we'll get going. Yeah. A very interesting way of training now, huh? But at least we can see each other and do it. I was on a training this past Saturday with a few of my students as well. But again, like I said, with Sensei Kamil and a few of these other Kyokushin folks who joined on. It was pretty wild. We were, training with somebody in Russia, somebody in England, and somebody in the Netherlands all at the same time, and they were jumping between teachers. So, you know, this is my trial run at this, but I'm very, very excited to have everybody. This is really cool. Lots of friends. And Coach Jeff, I love your hat. Excellent. So, and Sifu Mark, if we don't see Katie and Dave on here soon, we're gonna have an issue, man.
Oh, yeah.
I expect one of your hammer fists through the screen.
There'll be no slacking on their parts.
Well, let's just give it a couple more minutes. I appreciate everybody being here. Like I said, just stretch out, and then we'll kind of lay out the ground rules and get ready. We got Alan here and Kelly, fantastic. Mason, Elijah made it. Oh, it's great, 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 excellent.
Yeah, I know.
So right now, while you're getting warmed up and stretched out, just make sure you know where your volume, where your audio is, so that you're able to mute it, because we are going to need everybody's audio to be muted so that we can hear the teacher who was teaching at the time. So just get familiar with where that audio dial is so you can turn it off, because if your audio is on when one of the teachers is teaching, it's going to be hard for us to understand and hear them. Senpai Charlie is on. Hi, Sensei Sato. Oh, this is great. I'm so happy to have you join us, man.
You're recording. Oh, Sensei, you hear me?
Yes, fantastic.
I turned off my video.
Emma.
We're getting everybody. They're coming in. We're getting them. We've got about 37 people now, so this is great. Hopefully you'll all be able to sit with us the whole night.
People.
Yeah, we're going to do good. We're going to train hard. That's what we do. Let's give it a couple minutes, and then we'll wait a few more minutes for everybody to get on. Keep your bodies loose. Stretch out. Again, if you're hearing me, that's great. But if you're in your square, in your video screen, you see a red microphone that has a line through it. That's what we want. We need you to have your audio muted, because if your audio is on while we're all training and a noise comes up, the way Zoom works, for those of you who are unfamiliar, it works sort of guided by sound. So if Sensei Kamil's talking and then I start to talk, it's going to immediately go to me. And you don't want to see me while Sensei Kamil is teaching, because I'm not nearly as interesting or good. So, and that, you know, so we'll do that when everybody's going there. And I'm sure, Reggie, you can probably mute everybody when we get to that point.
Yeah, I will.
Really great to have everybody here. We're up to 38 people. It's not bad for our first go round.
Sensei, our tour is coming in right now.
Excellent. Yeah, and I knew, you know.
Can you guys hear me?
Who is that? Yes, we got you.
Ray-san.
Osprey, we got you, brother. Can you see us?
Yes.
Fantastic, man. You know where your audio is on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, just because when we start, we want to make sure everybody has their audio muted.
Okay.
Except Sensei Kamil, but we're good. We got another couple minutes, and then we'll get going.
Okay.
I'm happy you're here training, brother.
Us.
Oh, it's an honor to train with
Hey,
you.
Reggie.
Ray.
Bye.
Big Ray.
Us.
Can you let everybody know, because this is great while we're on, I think it's important, because I'm looking at the student like Dominic, who might be our youngest student on, which is wonderful. But Ray, where are you now? How old are you now?
67.
67 years old, everybody. Kyokushin, 67 years old, is going to be training 2 hours with us. So don't tell me you can't train tonight.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a cakewalk. Chop, chop, bang, bang.
That's it, brother. So we'll give it one more minute, and then Reg, when we start, as people come in, you may have to still admit them.
Yeah, I'll just keep adding them in.
And just, you know, and quickly mute them, you know, just so that everybody knows where things are at.
Yep.
Hey, baby. Okay, we're going to start in a minute here. All right, so let's give it one more minute, and then let's get started so that we can try to be on time. And then, you know, we'll do the best we can with this. Again, as we get started here, I just want to first thank Sensei Kamil, Coach Jeff, Sempai Jonathon Gonzalez, Sifu Mark Cardona, and Sensei Juan Ma for donating their time to doing this, to sharing martial arts, to helping us all have at the very least, a 2-hour reprieve from what's been going on. I ask that if you're on, that if you can, to the best of your ability, train for the couple hours so that you get a chance to share different arts, different styles, different approaches. And like anything, for those of you who have not attended a seminar before, some of you have, some of you haven't. If you have not attended a seminar before, that's what we're doing right now. The only way you get to add tools to your martial arts toolbox is by keeping your heart open and your mind open. Okay, you can make the decision tomorrow or later tonight whether a technique or an approach worked for you. But for now, we're all one. We're all one style. We're all one people. Keep your heart and mind open and embrace the way someone's teaching and do the best you can. Check your ego at the door. There's so many great teachers and martial artists here that are ready to share from all over the world that have made sure that they've donated their time to do this. So let's give them big honor and have a great time together. So I'm going to let Reggie kind of do his tech thing here. Again, teachers, I'll try to jump in gently, hopefully not while you're right in the middle of something important, and give you sort of maybe a 2 or 3 minute heads up when we're near the end of your session. And we'll just kind of keep the train rolling. So the last reminder for people, please mute your audio. And the only person we're going to want to have unmuted is Sensei Kamil to move in. So Sensei Kamil, if you're ready, I think we are ready to be like water.
Oh. Thank you, Shidoshi. All right, awesome.
Everyone just mute your mics.
Let me move the screen here. Let me see if this works. All right, awesome. Everybody, great to have you on this call, on this virtual training. I'm just trying to adjust this. There we go, maybe a little better. And it's awesome. It's awesome to get together. We have friends from South America on the call, and obviously a lot of us from the States here. So it's a beautiful thing that we can enjoy Kyokushin Karate for 2 hours and just have fun with it. And sample great techniques from great martial artists that are going to be coming up throughout the 2 hours. So I'm going to get right into it. Obviously, we should be all warmed up and stretched out. I'm going to go over a few combinations focused on a Okakato Oroshi technique, which is essentially a heel drop kick. So please be careful if you're not fully warmed up. Your hamstrings, then kick the kick a little lower and then graduate up as you get warmer or warmed up. But be careful because it's very easy to pull a hamstring with this technique. And I did it 5 times already, so trust me. And so first combo, we're gonna go fighting stance. We're blocking a Jodan Mawashi technique with our hands. So a quick block, counter with a low kick, and then Hizageri, switch to a Kakato Oroshi. So one more time, let me back up a little bit. Block, low kick, Hiza, switch, Kakato Oroshi. Also a little quicker, and then we'll do counts. So it's block, low, Hiza, switch, Kakato Oroshi. Block, low with your right foot, Hiza left, and Kakato left. Okay, so let's do counts. Hey, nice and slow again. Careful, don't pull your hamstring. And 2 steps back. Nice and slow. Sun. She. Oh. Oh, sorry. So we got the technique down. Let me turn myself off because it's annoying. It's like looking in the. All right. And let's put some more explosiveness, energy. Again, be careful, but let's speed it up a little bit. 10 times. and execute technique nicely. Yes. Hey. 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 You can kai at the end. Hey. Hey. Nice and loose. Cheat. Go. Go. Teach. Two. Okay, now we'll do a 5 more reps on your own so I can watch you guys and see what's going on. See if there's any corrections to be made. Ready, hajime. All right, good job. Good. Good. Make sure you're keep your hands up at all times. Be in full control over your upper body. Even though you're switching positions from Hiza to Kakato, make sure you're not all over the place with your hands, with your posture and your footwork. Good. Very nice. Hey, Amir. All right. Let's move on to the next one. So, fighting stance, os. We're going to do left maegeri, oi. Bring back left foot and then execute a round, a long mawashi chudan. And then switch to a left kakatogeri. Also, all 3 kicks with your left foot. Again, maegeri, bring it back. Chudan, akato. All right, let's do a few counts. Hey, come on, hey. Hey. Load up on that hit as you bring it back. Hey. Sun. Hey. Go. Okay. All right, so just a quick explanation. As you go back after the maegeri, right here, you're loading up, and as you're bringing it back for technique, it's a almost like a fake. So you can raise your body up so the opponent think you're kicking Jodan. You can crouch down to let him think that you're maybe going low. Essentially, this technique is usually going to get blocked, but it's a technique that sets up the kakatogerios. All right, so let's do a few more, and then I'll take a look at you guys. All right, fighting stance. Hey, nice and loose. Hey.
Hold on, I think I lost audio. Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up. Perfect. Lost my count. Chee! Loose, loose, loose. Go! Nice. Look! All right, keep going on your own. I'm gonna take a look. Hajime!
Very nice. Good. Good stuff, guys. Oh, Sensei Sato-os, beautiful. 10 times better than me, os. Great job, everybody. Great job. All right, yame. Let's do another one. So this time, we're gonna go into a right fighting stance. Right foot up front. This is quite, it's just only 2 kicking techniques. The only trick is to execute that Oi Mawashigiri Jodan to begin, and then right into a Hidari Kakata Oroshigiri. So just 2 kicks. Eish. Nay. All right, that's it. That's all we got. Let's go, a few counts. And eish. Nice and loose. Hey. Nice and loose. Go. Go. Reach. Punch. Two. 2. Hey. Okay. Quick breath. And do a few more. Let me check you guys out. All right, and Hajime. Oi Mawashigiri Jodan. Oh, beautiful. Good job, guys. Alexa, that's a great technique. Oh my goodness. Jesus. That's like a Mawashigiri to the ceiling. Oh, great job, Daniel. Great job, Jorge. That looks good. Ranko brothers, awesome. Good stuff. Nice and loose. Keep your hands up. Always in control. Always in control. Beautiful. Yeah. All right. So, I'm noticing I left the simple ones towards the end, but that's okay. So we're in our standard fighting stance, left fighting stance, and we're going to go just a simple right Mawashi Chudan, and again, switch left. In this instance, so actually I'm left-footed, that's why you kind of see me kicking the oroshi with my left, but if your dominant leg is right, go Mawashi Chudan, and then you can repeat with the right. So in this instance, I want you to execute the oroshi with your dominant leg, which whether it's left or right. Eh? So let's go with it. But we start off with the right Mawashi Chudan. Eish. Nice and simple. Eish. Here you can even execute Chudan, step forward because the opponent will probably backing up a little bit, and then throw the oroshi with a forward body motion, almost like a slide at the same time as you're throwing the kick. It's tough for me to do because I got a carpet, but right. Neat. Go. Go. Hey. Hey. Two. Two. Eesh. All right, a few more reps. Let me check it out.
Sensei Kamil, 5 minutes.
Oh, so you want me to say a few things at the end or just go with the techniques?
No, do techniques for 5 more minutes, then we'll talk at the end.
Okay. Okay. Remember, when you reset from technique to technique, stay loose. It's not just for the purpose of the exercise, but in a fight, every time you disengage, you not only want to reset your breath, but also your physiology and your movement. So it's important to do it in training too. Good job, guys. Deshaun, good to see you, brother. Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. All right, Emma. All right, and then let's, next one, switch it up just a little bit. And we're going to start off with, hold on, let me just make sure I'm on the screen. All right, okay, that's good. We're going to start off with a left kakatogeri, so left leg, knee leg, and then follow up with a right low kick. Ish. All right, nice and loose. Ish. Ish. Son. Sheep. Go. Go. Teach. Punch. You. And two. Hey, a minute. All right, give me a couple more on my command. Hajime. Looks good, looks good. So oroshi, you can try it on the other side. Throw the kakatogeri with your right. Follow up with the left low kick. You could do that too. Nice. Beautiful. Good job, guys. All right.
Well, Sensei. How we doing, everybody? Thumbs up to Sensei Kamil if you're enjoying and sweating already. He told you he was coming out of the gate kicking. He wasn't lying.
Not even one punch.
Very uncharacteristic of Sensei Kamil if you've watched his fights and seen him fight before. Wonderful. He decided to be a lightweight tonight.
Right.
Moving like a lightweight. I love it. Different angles to the game. Sensei, what I thought we would do next, is that okay for time right now, Sensei?
Fantastic.
So a couple things, just one thing I wanted to bring up about your fighting, and then you can go on a tangent where you want with this for a couple minutes. But one of the things that, many things I love about your fighting, but one of the things that I remember at a seminar that you taught, and I thought it would be kind of cool to just talk a little bit about is you often use Sanchin Dachi in your fighting, right? Lots of us, we use that in our kata, and we're always, how do we make this apply? So maybe I thought maybe just, a quick little tip on that and then go wherever you want to go with it. But I've always been intrigued by that aspect to your fighting, and I've tried to use it myself. Not quite sure I got it yet, but figured I'd let you run with that.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, essentially it's really simple. Sanchin Dachi, because the feet are positioned the way they are in Sanchin, at least in my opinion, that's what I've been taught, it grounds your core, and then you can grasp the energy from the floor. Even Shihan Gorokov, who was on the call last Saturday, he taught me this, that when your feet are on the floor in Sanchin Dachi, you almost grab the floor with your toes and transfer that energy through your legs into your core, and then you can explode by twisting your hips. And therefore, Sanchin Dachi doesn't limit not only the left to right motion as you're executing punches, but also transfers that energy from down below. And it works for me. It's basically a beautiful system, in my opinion, when you are in close range and you need to generate a lot of power in a short distance. I think it works fantastic.
Yeah. One other thing I wanted you to maybe just touch upon and then go wherever you want with this, but for those of you who have not logged on to the Fighting Spirit page, Sensei Kamil put together a great fight video, training video for us. And one of the things that jumped out at me that, first thing, it was even before we started the training, which I knew I was going to love anyway, but Sensei, you talked a lot about the 40%. I call it the 40% rule now. And maybe if you could expand upon that, because I thought that was true of not just any martial arts, but I thought even of any sport, but particularly Kyokushin fighting or fighting in general. So I thought that was an important thing to touch upon.
Oh, so full transparency, I stole it. Like I do everything else. But I am a strong believer of not reinventing the wheel, of choosing your path or somebody else's path and making it better, whether it's as a father, as a husband, as a businessman, and especially as a martial artist. I spent countless hours on YouTube watching Lechi Kurbanov, Hajime Kazumi, and all the greats. That's what it's all about. You steal, you make it your own, you do it better. Anyway, back to the subject. A Navy SEAL named David Goggins. I don't know if he came up with it, but he's the one who's making it famous. And essentially what it means is when you hit the wall, when you're dying, when you think that's it, there's no more in the tank, I'm dead, I'm done. Just remember this, you're only at 40%. You have 60 more percent to go, and that is a proven fact. That is a proven fact. You got people in all walks of life that wrote many books on this subject, and our mental capacity is beyond what we can ever expect. And that's where the 40% comes from. We limit ourselves. It's the story we tell ourselves. When you're in the final round, 30 seconds to go, and you tell yourself, man, I'm done. Of course you're not done. Everybody in the audience knows you're not done because you're going to win that fight. All you need to do is break that board of 40 to 60% with a shuto, and you're off to the races with this extra wind in your sails. That's what it's about.
Oh, Sensei, beautiful wisdom from a beautiful martial artist. With high kicking, lots of high kicking and no hands tonight.
I'm intermittent fasting, so by October in Rochester, I'm going down to at least middleweight, maybe not lightweight, but middleweight.
You heard it here first, folks. Okay, mark your calendars.
JK.
Sensei, anything else before we move to Coach Jeff?
No, let's move on. I don't want to take away from the spotlight for anybody else. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sensei. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, let me just go to my wide view here for a second. So hopefully you're nice and sweaty. You're moving on. Keep your bodies loose. It is an honor, more than an honor, to have all these teachers here, but a true honor to have a great friend who is just a consummate martial artist on every level. And one of my favorite teachers to learn from. So this is Coach Jeff Berger, and Coach Jeff, honored to have you, man.
Honored to be here. I'm not going to do any kicking. I'm going to do some footwork, something really basic that my guys warm up with every day. And then I'm going to show you some something I call the 5-4-3. See if we can get through that in 20 minutes. Okay. So first footwork we're going to do. Okay. It's up here on the board. You can also see it on my Facebook page. I just want you to go forward, backward, left, right, and quarter spin. That quarter spin, I want you to think that bull's charging at you and quarter spin off. Okay? Do that a couple more times. We're going to go forward, backward, left, right, quarter spin. All right? You get that block if you want with the quarter spin. One more time. Forward, backward, left, right, quarter spin. Okay. Now I take these. I don't know if you can see this board, but at forward, back, left, right, quarter spin, I'm going to connect them all. We're gonna go forward, 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 back, forward, left, forward, right, forward, quarter spin. I'm gonna go down the line, okay? So you can just listen to me while we do it. We're gonna go forward, 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 then back, forward, then left, forward, and quarter spin. Now we start with backward. We go backward and forward, backward and backward, backward left, backward and right, backward and quarter spin. Now I'm going to start going to the left. I'm going to go left, forward, left, backward, left and left, left and right, left and quarter spin. Now I start with going to the right. I'm going to go right, forward, right, backward, right, and then left, right, and then quarter spin. And my guys will do a whole round of that for warm up, okay? So now I want to go into something I call the 5-4-3, and it's 5 options off the third punch. And I might face sideways for some of this so you can see what I'm talking about. The first 2, it's the 1-2. So I have the 1-2, and if I step out, if I can step that far, he can step that far. So I need to close the door behind me. I'm going to go 1, 2, and I close it with a 1. And something I don't like about shadow boxing is you don't get to push off somebody. You guys know what I mean by being a 4-legged boxer if you've seen some of my videos. So let's do that 3 times. We're going to go 1, 2, 1 out. 1, 2, 1 out. 1, 2, 1 out. Okay? Now I'm going to take this to the corner a little more, and I'm going to do some meat geometry. We're going to do Ali's jab to retreat. I'm coming off to this corner. 1, 2. Now when I do my 1 to come out, I'm going to rotate, okay? And you guys know this is your longest jab. So I have 1, 2. As I'm punching, this shoulder comes in line. Boom, punch away. 1, 2, corner out. 2 more. 1, 2, corner out. Okay. The next one I use a pendulum step. And now I just call it the Lomachenko because he does it so much. Off that 1, 2, you're really loaded. So I'm going to replace my feet. I do this pendulum step. And see how I'm facing that way? So I'm 1, 2, and I'm going to jam his guard. So you could punch from here. You could push and kick from here. It's a good trap. 1, 2, all your weight's on this leg. Pendulum step, whatever your follow-ups, that's fine. 2 more of those. 1, 2, pendulum step, follow up. 1, 2, pendulum step, whatever your follow-up is. So that's 1, 2, 3. I got 2 to do this way. When I first learned this in boxing, this was 1, 2, drop step 2. And we went 1, 2, drop step 2. We can do that a few times. It's a good move. I'm going to make it better, and then I'm going to make better. What makes this good is 1, 2, when you drop step, you have that alignment on him that he can only hit you with that lead hand. He can't hit you with that rear hand. That's where your 2 comes in. 1, 2, drop step 2. I liked it, but then I started making it better because I got a dead hand here. This didn't do anything, and my shoulder came in the line. So I started doing this. 1, cover on your 2. Get this back fist, jab, hammer fist line. 2. 1, cover 2. And what's nice, like I said, being a 4-legged boxer, when you hit this guy, whether he's strapping his hands or hitting him, you get to push off and get that angle even better. 1, cover 2, boom, boom. By the way, if this is in your karate anywhere, if we do that, that could be lower block, that's your knife hand, that's this, that cover 2 is the same as Pinan Nidan Kata. So 1, cover 2, I'm just punching straight instead of an uppercut. Back fist line, 2. Then I made better, even better, because I still felt there was a time lapse between this punch and this punch. So I'm going to go, whether you want to think of this as like the speed bag, or if you're a Kung Fu guy, this is Gua Choi. It's a ball and socket punch. 1, cover 2, boom, boom, boom. 1, cover 2, roll that punch. Whether it's checking his hands, taking a hand down, turning his face away. 1, cover 2, roll that punch, boom. 2 more. 1, cover 2, roll that punch, boom. 1 more. 1, cover 2, roll that punch, boom. Now we got a problem here is that we're talking about closing the door behind you. When I was here, I closed the door behind me. You can't reach me from that far. When I was here, I closed the door behind me. You can't reach me from that far. When I was here, I had follow-ups, okay? When I'm here, 1, 2, roll that punch, boom. You need to do something else. This might not be over. So I can either four-legged boxer again, whether it's a punch or push myself away, or 1, cover 2, roll that punch. I do the Dempsey shift, but I do it like a lunge punch, okay? Instead of stepping like this, my lunge punch, I'm gonna throw my cross, and I let that pull me through, that I'm stepping behind him, throw him down, okay? So you can shadow box with these. 1, cover 2, roll the punch, cross, follow through, throw. 1, cover 2, roll that punch, cross, bump throw. 1 more of those. 1, cover 2, roll that punch, cross, bump it. You guys who kick, I'm not healthy enough to kick well, but I'll do it. 1, cover 2, roll that punch, cross. That's a great place for that roundhouse kick. Okay? 1, cover 2, roll that punch. Boom, boom, boom. You're loaded for that roundhouse kick. I said I wasn't going to kick, and here I am kicking. 1, cover 2, roll that punch, cross. Man, that shot. Okay. The next one I'm going to do, it's a front crossover. I take it from fencing. Fencing has a lunge, and fencing has something called fléché, where my toe right now is pointed at 2 o'clock. You step, and you come into this false lead, okay? And I love that shot. Whether I fake the roundhouse kick, and I'm loaded, or you fake a punch, but I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'm going to step with that, and I usually do it as a hook. A problem with the hook, when you're hitting the bag, people go 1, 2, you watch them hit the bag, they go 1, 2, 3. Why? Because that's how long your punch was, that's how long your punch is. Why would you bet on reach? It doesn't. So people hit the bag, they go 1, 2, and they reach for it. So what I want you to do is 1, 2, all your weight's on this leg. You can either step up even and throw that hook, or take a big front crossover, right? So I'm 1, 2, take that big front crossover, look how loaded you are, okay? You can come back with, you're close enough now for elbows, the bump throw, or four-legged boxer, push yourself away. So 1, 2, front crossover, okay? Come back with stuff. I don't care what your follow-ups are. That's your style. You want to take them down, that's a good place to do that too. 1, 1, 2, okay? Another thing, every time I'm punching, notice I don't do this, okay? I'm swinging my head out of the way, my shoulder comes into the line, my head comes off the line. I'm being offensive by intent and defensive by design. 1, 2, my head's over here, this leg's loaded. Okay? When I say this is loaded, if we took a picture of me like this, right, and I was ripped instead of an old fat guy, this looks like the Greek statue for what? Like he's throwing a shot put or a javelin, but having everything in this line, okay? When you sprint, you're like that. When you throw a shot put, you're like that. When you throw your punch, it should be like that. When I'm throwing this punch, I'm loaded, launching. 1, 2, front crossover, boom. Here's another cool one to come back with is right here. You're doing like a hammer fist or a back fist, but I use 2 hands. Really heavy punch. 1, 2, front crossover, bing. Okay? So let's recap those because that's a bunch of stuff. So I had straight in and out, straight in and angle out, straight in and almost 90. Then I had angle out this way, and then I had angle out that way. So I'm coming in. 1, 2, jab out. 2 more times. 1, 2, jab out. 1, 2, jab out. Now I'm going out to this corner. 1, 2, and when I jab out, I'm going to swing this leg around. Boom. 1, 2, jab out. 1, 2, jab out. One more. 1, 2, jab out. Then I have that pendulum step that I steal from Lomachenko. 1, 2, you're loaded. Press his hands, you might be covering, push him, hit him, whatever. Okay? But now you're loaded for shots. 1, 2, loaded. Pendulum step. Uppercut, overhand, knees, whatever you got. One more. 1, 2, pendulum step. If you're really close, this leg behind him, this hand in front, there's another bump throw. 1, 2, pendulum, bump throw. Then we had the variations off the drop step. 1, 2, drop step 2. 1, 2, and when I do that drop step, I use my hikite to kind of pull me off to that line. 1, 2, drop step. You should feel loaded. That should be a big 2. 1, 2, drop step 2. One more. 1, 2, drop step 2. Now we're going to fill in that gap. 1, cover on the 2. That you can hit with your knuckles or the hammer fist or a back fist, or let it knock you off to that line. 2, 1, cover 2, backhand line, punch. 1, cover 2, backhand line, 2. Now we're going to speed bag. We're going to gua choi. We're going to fill that gap with even more. 1, cover 2, gua choi, punch. 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 Now, what's your follow-up? Do you want to throw a leg kick? Do you want to step behind and do a bump throw? Then you cover all that up and you're like, oh, I need to get out of here. Push yourself away. Okay? Always close the door behind you. 1, cover 2, gua choi. 2, pick a follow-up. Kick, bump throw, or out. Then we have the front crossover, the fleche. 1, 2, you're loaded. Unwind, you're all loaded. Unwind your hips for that punch. 1, 2, that could be a straight punch, hook punch. I like that. Bridge hand or forearm coming down. 1, 2, wham. 1, 2, hook. 1, 2, straight punch. Again, we might have to finish. That might not end it. What's your finish? 1, 2, boom. Come back with this two-handed shot. 1, 2. Oops, sorry. 1, 2. Front crossover. Maybe I have to get up. 1, 2. Crossover. Look how loaded you are. Boom. Step behind. Throw. 1, 2. Front crossover. Boom. Boom.
Sensei, we got about a few more minutes.
Okay. So sometimes I want to teach you guys is break left and break right. It's a good warm up to do in the ring. Sometimes when I'm stepping out with that, I'll step a little farther. This is what we do for a good warm up. I'll have the guys bring their feet together and break right and then circle. Right? Next time they do it, 1, 2. When they step back with that jab, they'll come this far and I'll say break right. If you have a boxing ring, we would do a whole round of just doing circles. 1, 2. When you step back, feet together. Don't start circling yet. When you break right, now you have distance. Now you can circle. Okay? 1, 2. 1 out. Break. All right? You guys get all that? That's a lot of stuff.
Unmute myself here.
Yeah, I wanted to give them some stuff that you can shadow box with and some basic footwork. And if you're better than the basics, go for that other stuff.
Listen, I'm drenched. If they're training like I am and like we all are, we're all sweating and learning. It's beautiful. Sensei Jeff, phenomenal.
I wish I could kick. The first teacher was doing kick. I'm like, oh, I love axe kick and I can't do it.
One of the things I love having you always, Sensei, is your boxing and Muay Thai background. Your kicks have always been good. Your hands are great. But I love this for Kyokushin fighters because as I've watched Kyokushin evolve and change over time, there's a lot of rhythm shots that are used to set up big shots. And as you're doing this, I couldn't quite catch the Chinese name, but that speed bag.
Speed bag.
That,
right.
It made me think a lot about little touches before the big shot.
Yeah.
And that's
jamming the guy's hands on the way in sometimes, where he's covered up. He covered up off of this. Jam his hands or tear it down.
Yeah.
Just tear it down and hit him.
Yeah. Just phenomenal. Again, I always want to leave these end sections for if there's something specific you had, but I did want to, just because I know you well, and I know that you have a steeped background in tons of martial arts, but I did maybe want to talk a little bit about your time in Thailand. I know that you lived and trained in Thailand. I don't know if you had a good story from that time, but anytime you speak, Sensei, we always gain tons of knowledge.
I mean, lots of good stories, but something that I think would help people with their training is how the Thais train, because for a lot of us, most Americans, they say, okay, do martial arts. Well, for them, that means, 2, maybe 3 classes a week. They do 3 hours a week. That's a lot for most people, and they train hard. The Thais, I don't want to say they don't train hard, but they don't train hard. Because here's the deal. Most of these guys, they're going to train 4 hours a day. You're going to train 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night, and maybe more in between. So you can't go hard all the time, but they train consistently. And if people see the skill level they get, they go, oh, I got to train hard to do that. Keep training consistently. All that little training adds up. Like if somebody was weightlifting hard, you can't weightlift everything hard 4 hours a day, every day, right? You need to work something. Next day, work something else, rest that other piece. Maybe one day you're focusing on kicks. Maybe one day you're focusing on punching. Maybe the third day is all technical so that you can rest everything. So, but deep dive, try to train, I love training camps where you're going away for a week or a weekend or a 3-day weekend. I mean, I did 2 trips to Thailand, one for 4 months, one for 5. I mean, you're training at least 4 hours a day, sometimes 6 or 8. So it's about that, organize your training so you can recover and be consistent, because you get a lot more out of it. And you can't work when you're hurt, right? So, so don't go so hard that you're getting hurt. Safety's number one. They don't spar hard. Their sparring's very, very playful. They're like, if you want to fight, go fight. Why get hurt for free? I mean, that's their thing. Like, no, why get hurt for free? You want to fight, go fight. And I'm like, well, let's fight and, be safe. They're like, fights aren't safe. I don't know what you're training. It's a different mentality. I liked it though, because, it might be a fight, but we think of a fight as like personal. Like I'm gonna go in a ring. I'm gonna hit you. They don't. They're very professional about that. It's like a game of tennis, but it's violent. You know, it's just their sport. It just happens to be violent. It's not personal. You know.
Well, fantastic, man. Beautiful. Sensei, we're going to wrap there. I have to move to Sempai Jonathon. Everybody make sure, I want to just remind everybody that the chat is on. You can post things on there. And again, senseis who are teaching, you can see the chat questions, and some of them, is people you know, you can reach out. And I know we won't get to all the questions tonight. But Coach Jeff, man, it's always a pleasure and an honor to have you, man. You and Sensei Kamil, are you kidding me? We're batting 1,000 already. So thank you, brother.
Thank you. Hope you guys like it. Thank you.
So very, very honored to bring my dear friend and brother, Sempai Jonathon Gonzalez from IFK Costa Rica. And what a treat. The last time I saw Jonathon, he was winning by Ippon in Atlantic City. That was my last time getting to see him. And I think when he went to throw that spinning back kick, I think I saw it. It was, but I'm not sure it was that fast. So an honor to have you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shihan. You sound good?
Yeah, everybody just make sure, and I'm sure Reggie did this already, just make sure you're muted so Sempai can take us and let's get going.
Awesome. So first of all, thank you to Shihan Sean for this incredible opportunity, and thank you everybody for being here. Basically, we're gonna work in 2 techniques, same as Sensei Kamil. We're gonna work in Jodan Maigeri, and after that, we're gonna work a little bit in Ushi Hai Soku Geri, which are different techniques that we don't usually use too much. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, we'll do it simply. With my front leg, I will do a Jodan Maigeri. Just simple, like in Kihon. Just this, each, I raise my knee, and then kick. We will do it 10 times, and we'll see. So each, with my front leg, it's really important. You should feel straight in your position. Not like this, not do my head like this. You should be really straight. You have to feel grab on the ground. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Right. Sit. Touch. Good. And the last one. Yo. Okay, so we will add another movement we will do the Jodan Maigeri each. Then we go back. Oisuki, Yakusuki, go front again. Knee, another Maigeri. Okay, let's do it slow first. Each Maigeri, go back. Oisuki, Yakusuki, go front. Knee, another Maigeri. Okay, 10 times. Each. Knee. Stop. Shit. Go. Grab. 2 more. Good. And the last one. Yo. Okay. After all this combination, we will add a punch. So, same combination. Each Maigeri. Go back. Oisuki. Yakusuki. Maigeri again. And before I land on the ground, Shita Su. Pause. Okay, let's start slow first. H. 1, 2. I get it. Before I land on the ground, Shita Su. Pause. Okay, let's start with the ground. H. A. San. Shake. Go. Sage. 1, 2. I get it. Shita Su. Hatch. Here. The last one, yo. Okay, so now we will do the same combination, but with Ushihai Sokugeri. Also, so remember, Ushihai Sokugeri is like a Geta no Washigeri, but I have to turn my hips that side and kick with the instep. Also, again, each. My knee is like in a Geta no Washigeri, turn my hips and kick. Also, so we're gonna do the same with my front leg. Should be like this, each. Go back, 1, 2, go front again, and that's all. Pause. Slowly first. Okay, H. Back, 1, 2, go front again, and kick. Okay, do normal. H. 1, 2, Ushihai Sokugeri. Knee, back, 1, 2, Ushihai Sokugeri. Side, shake, go, run, set, hatch, two more, here, and the last one, you. Okay, now we're gonna do the same, and after the last Ushihai Sokugeri, I kick before I ground to the ground, Shitazuki with my right hand. Those, it's the same, just in the final, boom, Shitazuki. Those, okay, slowly first, H, and go back, 1, 2, go front again, and before land to the ground, Shitazuki. Okay, normal speed, H, 1, 2, Shitazuki. Knee, 1, 2, Shitazuki. Side, shake, go, 1, 2, Ushihai Soku, Shitazuki. Sage, 1, 2, hatch, 1, 2, strong Suki. Two more, here, 1, 2, 2. Last one. Joe. 1, 2. Ushi Haisoki. Shita Suki. Pause. Okay, so now we will combine the two combinations. Pause. The two movements. The Mai Geri and the Ushi Haisoku Geri. Pause. You should see like this. First, Mai Geri. Go back. 1, 2. Go front. And after that, Ushi Haisoku Geri. Pause. Simple. Okay, let's go slowly. First, Mai Geri each. Knee, go back. 1, 2. Sang, go front. Ushi Haisoku Geri. Pause. Okay, normal speed. Each. 1, 2. Ushi Haisoku. Knee. 1, 2. Ushi Haisoku. Sang. 1, 2. Ushi Haisoku Geri. Shake. Go. Break. Set. Hatch. Pure. And the last one, Joe. 1, 2. Ushi Haisoku Geri. Pause. Okay, so now we will do the same, but at the last, we will add another Ushi Haisoku Geri with the other leg. Pause. And you would see like this. Yoga Mai Geri. Go back. 1, 2. Go front. Ushi Haisoku Geri. I land in front of me, and I do a switch with the right leg. Switch. Another Ushi Haisoku Geri. Pause. Again. Each. Yoga Mai Geri. Go back. Each. Knee. Go front. Ushi Haisoku. I land in front, and I do a middle switch. It's not entire switch. I don't switch my legs. It's the same leg. Is in back of me. Switch. And another Ushi Haisoku Geri. Pause. Okay, let's do it slowly. H. 1, 2. Haisoku. Switch. Another Haisoku. Knee. 1, 2. Haisoku. Switch. Another Haisoku. Sang. 1, 2. Haisoku. Switch. Haisoku. Check. Go. Rock. 1, 2. Switch. Haisoku. Set. 1, 2. Haisoku switch. Haisoku. Hatch. 1, 2. 3. Haisoku. Pause. Q. 1, 2. Haisoku. Haisoku. And the last one. Do it fast. Joe. Oh. Okay, let's breathe a little bit. A deep breath each. And out. Knee. Sang. The last one, shake. Okay, so now we will do the same, but we will add at the final, a simple Jodan Mawashigeri. Os, it should say like this.
Sensei, 5 minutes, Sensei.
Os, this is the last combination.
Os.
H, Jodan Maigeri. Go back again, same thing. 1, 2. Please make sure your elbows is not like this. Because Jodan Mawashigeri should be close. Os. So, H, Jodan Maigeri. Go back. H, knee. Ushi Haisokugeri. With the other leg too, Ushi Haisokugeri. I land on the ground and Jodan Mawashigeri. Os, kata. Okay, let's do it slowly. H, 1, 2. Ushi Haisokugeri, switch. Ushi Haisokugeri, land back. Jodan Mawashigeri. Okay, again, slow. H, 1, 2. Ushi Haisoku, Jodan Mawashigeri. Okay? So we will do it 10 times and we finish. Us. Okay. H. Knee. 7. 1, 2. Ushi Haisoku, Jodan Mawashi. Okay, let me check. 5 more. Pause. Shake. Okay, good. Go. Okay, nice. Rock. Okay, awesome. Okay, 2 more. Set. Okay. Okay, the last one. Hatch. Nice. Okay, Reggie, what time I left? Do you hear me?
Oh, Sensei.
How many time I
Sensei?
left?
How you doing?
Okay.
You're perfect. I'm
Okay,
catching my breath. I'm catching my breath to catch up with you.
Boss.
Make sure you send some thumbs up. Good. In case for those of you who don't know, Sempai, now you know how high he kicks. So make sure you keep your hands up when you're training with him. That was wonderful. Thank you, Sempai.
Thank you so much, everybody.
I had a couple quick questions before we move to Sifu Cardona.
Of course.
And I was referring back to the tournament in Atlantic City when I got to meet you and watch you fight, and of course get to hang out. That was equally as cool. But your Ushiro Geri, I mentioned it before, is light speed. It's amazing. I'm wondering if you can maybe do a quick little breakdown of how you throw that technique, because sometimes I've seen, or even the Toby Ushiro, sometimes I've seen that kick come where it's, circling around more as opposed to kind of coming up like a mule kick, and you kind of have a little bit of both. I just thought maybe you could touch upon that real quick.
Okay, so you mean the Ushiro Geri, Shudan Ushiro Geri, this?
Os. Yeah, exactly.
Shudan Mawashi Geri.
No, the Chudan Ushiro, the one to the liver.
Okay, what I really do it's a little crazy, because when I started Kyokushin, I was in the high school, and I was like fascinated with Kyokushin. And for example, if I walk out of the class, I just see a wall, for example, and I do this. It's crazy, but I do this. I just jump. Sometimes I miss my kick, and I was like, oh no, it's wrong. It's really wrong. I have to practice more. Or for example, I just see a color in the wall, and I say I have to kick that point, exactly that point. I have maybe 16 years, and what I do was that. First time when you learn Shirogeri, you usually do this. You turn around and you do it slowly. But
Os.
I really like to jump. And when I jump, I know when I'm watching the wall, if I do this, when I watch the wall, I just kick, like a horse kick.
Os. Yeah, because that's a kick. When I've watched you in competition, it's a very powerful kick that you throw. You know,
I mean, everybody can do it by his way, but for me that works. It's crazy because it was really weird to watch a guy in the high school kicking everywhere. It works.
Os. One other thing I just wanted you to mention, and then we'll move on. But and I thought this was important for all of the people training that compete in anything, but particularly Kyokushin fighters, because you do a good, you and Juan Ma both, you and Sensei both do a good deal of traveling and competing. And I thought one of the things that came to mind was what do you do as a fighter to prepare when you have to travel? I mean, you know, obviously, you know, if you're flying somewhere and you get in on a Friday and the tournament is on a Saturday, I mean, what are you doing as far as eating and drinking and sleep? I just thought, you know, some words about how to prepare properly for an international fighter like yourself who travels so much.
So okay, so I think first of all is really important. You make your schedule and you say, okay, so if the tournament is, for example, on December, I should work minimum 3 months before the competition, because if I don't do that, I will not get in shape. And it's really important when you travel too far, keep the hydration. I mean, you have to drink water too much. And sometimes, for example, you have troubles with the flights, and you have to, it's really a problem sometimes because you feel really tired. For example, before the FSK World Tournament we had on the boardwalk, I feel really good because I think it was not a huge, I mean, a very long event, because sometimes in Kyokushin tournaments, you arrive in tournament at 8 a.m. and you fight 6 p.m. There are too much hours and you feel really, really tired, not physically, but mentally you feel absolutely tired. And also your teammates, it's really important. Sensei Juan is a really good friend of mine, and you're really enjoying the travel. If you travel with people that, I don't know, are weird or don't like to help you, it's really difficult. But when you travel with friends, you really enjoy the experience.
It's a treasure. It's a treasure to know you as a brother and to have you here tonight. I really, really appreciate your time, always.
Thank you for this opportunity.
So I'm going to move on to Sifu Mark. Thank you, Senpai. An honor.
My honor.
I'm going to see if I can just get my screenshot here. Reggie, can you help me switch over to Sifu Mark? Sifu Mark, there you are. Sifu Mark, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good, we can hear you too. So I'm just going to do a quick introduction. Those of you who know Sifu Mark know him. Many of you don't. I will tell you that what I love most about Sifu Mark, and it's my favorite story to tell real quick, and then we'll get into his section here. But I met Sifu Mark Cardona at a seminar that he runs. He runs a bunch of seminars throughout the year in New York. And I was taking one of his classes, and I was kind of hiding in the back because I'm a Kyokushin guy. I'd never done Kung Fu and really didn't want to get chosen for anything. And about the last minute of the seminar, I thought I had skated free, but without having to be an uke at all. I was watching other people get beat up and punched and kicked and gouged eyes out and the alien technique. And right about the time I thought he was going to end, he points to me, goes, "Hey, you, come here." He calls me up. And as he's going to drop this hammer fist onto my chest, literally as he's about to strike down, he says to me, "You don't have any heart conditions, do you?" At which time I should have said I do, actually. I said I don't, and then I became his uke, and I fell in love with him. And he's an amazing teacher, and I'm so honored to have you, Sifu. Okay, show is yours.
So first of all, thank you so much to Sensei Sean. Truly, truly, truly appreciate all your efforts to do this. Everybody give him thumbs up and a us. And then, of course, thank you to all the instructors that have come out to share with us. That's also just fabulous. I mean, we literally are like halfway around the world doing this, aren't we? It's awesome. So here's what I'd like to do. I visited Mr. Sean's school a little while ago, and I did a little bit of crane technique per his request. So I thought that I would do some of the same things I did when I was visiting, and then possibly be able to add some details into things. The reason why I want to do this and I like to do this is because I think that based on how I understand crane, it works very well with the Kyokushin people. There's a lot of disposition and forward energy that's prevalent, but it's also about how you carry yourself before, during, and after the action, if you will. So let me give you a couple of concepts that we can use while we move. This is not going to be high energy like the previous one, so we're all warmed up. So this is going to be kind of a little relaxed and more about the principle and the technique than the pure physical technique, okay? So there's 4 things that I want you to think about with crane technique, at least as how it was taught to me. One of which is to evade. The second is to intercept. The third is to penetrate. And the fourth is to destroy. And a lot of times we think of those as independent of each other, but the reality is you are cycling and using a percentage of each of these things at all times. Everybody so far so good, thumbs up, you're hearing me, we're okay. Okay, so again, it's about how you carry yourself, and how you carry yourself is how you're going to move and how you're going to act or respond. So things that I want you again to think about when we do these movements is that crane is royalty. And you are a royalty walking among the everyday people. This is kind of a funny mindset, but it works once you start to use it. So you have to understand that the street that you're walking in is your street. That's important. You own everything. If I decide to move slightly, I still own that space. Does everybody get that idea? Good. So even though it may look like I'm backing up, at best, I'm letting you rent that space out for a second, and I'm coming back to collect the rent. Good? All right. So let's start off with, can I have one person, like maybe Sensei Sean, can I have your mic on so I can just get some audible feedback while I'm doing stuff?
Oh, I'm on, brother, of course.
Perfect, thank you. All right, so let's start with how to stand, and then we'll go into how to move. So I'm gonna put this down kind of midsection-ish. So put your hands to your side, bring your feet mostly together, slight spread. And I want you to lift yourself up to the balls of your toes, and then come down until just your heels touch, but not all the way back. So in side view, I'm up, I'm down, and I'm not all the way back on my heels. I come up, lift yourself up, set yourself down to your just touch your heels, and then bend your knees slightly. Shoulders are below hips, and you are very polar, right? This is very important. You're gonna carry yourself upright. Crane is like finishing school for martial artists. So I'm walking around with a book on top of my head because I'm perfectly level and always upright. So feet together, hands at your side, come up, come down, touch your heels, bend your knees a little bit, but again, keep yourself lifted. So although we're going to use root, and although we use the ground, we are not limited to the ground, right? We are attached by choice, not by circumstance. That's really important to how we're going to move. So we're in that position. We're going to put our hands in prayer position. And what I want you to do now is I want you to step back to your right at an angle and finish in your cat stance, which is heavy on your back leg and light on your front leg. So go ahead and do that. And then return back to center. Let's keep our hands right here in the center. So go ahead and do that a couple times for me. Sean, am I fairly clear?
Yep, you're coming through right now, perfectly clear, Mark.
Beautiful. Okay. So this is pretty easy peasy stuff, right? Now I want to change sort of the context of how you move to your cat stance. A lot of times when we take this step, we step back, we sit into the back leg just like we were taught, and our front leg is very light, yes?
Yep.
The problem is that, at least not problem, but for this particular way that I'm going to throw this punch eventually, I can't disconnect my front foot from the ground and leap backwards into my cat stance or light stance, crane stance, depending upon what you want to call it. And that's where sort of the difference in this type of energy is. So what I want you to do is I want you to step back at that angle, and I want your left foot, your trailing foot, to literally grab the ground, and you pull that foot back to your cat stance. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So don't hop, don't disconnect, step back with your right and pull your left foot along the mat or the floor. And you need that contact because a lot of how crane strikes, the energy is expressed in two directions at the same time, which balances the body instead of only expressing through one side or one limb.
Cool.
The magic of that is it's not limited to just my foot-to-foot connection or my hand-to-hand connection, but part of the 6 harmonies is the connection of wrist to ankle, elbow to knee, and shoulder to hip. And that 6 harmonies isn't limited to the one side of the body. So my right wrist is connected to my left ankle. Things to think about when we do this. So let's do this step a couple more times and then I'll add the punch. So we're here, we step back, we sit, and we pull that foot and maintain that connection. A couple more times. Step, pull that foot, squeeze your feet together like you are holding the earth, not just standing on top of it. How's that, Sensei? Good?
It's fantastic. I got a quick question for you. In
Yes.
the front foot on your cat stance, is your heel low to the ground, or are you up kind of ballet? Like I'm not sure.
I am as high up on my heels, high up as possible on this.
Okay, you're really exposing the ball of your foot.
Yes, almost to the point where it's almost past the ball to my toes.
Your toes, okay.
Again, as if I'm grabbing the ground slightly.
Gotcha.
And I need the heel as high as possible because that 3 or 4 inches of my spike heels that I wear is going to be available to me to send that to ground and drop my weight into it.
That's when you were auditioning for the band Kiss, correct?
Yeah, you know what? Don't date me that far back, brother. All right, so you've got that lower part working. Let's get the upper part working. So we're here. We're going to step back to that angle. I'm going to drag that foot, and I'm going to punch with my right hand, vertical fist. So I step back, drag that foot, use that foot as counter pressure to be able to throw that vertical punch. So you're here. Because you're holding the ground with your front foot, you're not completely so far back on your back leg that you're about to fall over backwards.
Yep.
And you need that connection in order for this punch to have any validity or power, because it's a light technique, as in more whipping, cracking, shrugging energy. And although there's rotation, you need that connection. If you just hop back on that foot and punch, you're going to knock yourself over, which would be really funny, but not very useful. Good. Okay. Sensei Sean, how much time do I have left?
You're looking at about 10 minutes.
Oh my God, this is the best thing ever. What, teaching? I hate teaching. All right. Welcome to it. All right, you ready? So we're here. We're going to step back at that angle. We're going to drag that foot a little bit. We're going to use that to throw that punch. Now you're asking yourself, well, I'm leaving. How am I intercepting? And how am I doing these other things? Just because I'm evading the technique doesn't mean that I am not intercepting their technique, their intent, their body, their will, or any of the above, okay? Remember I said earlier that we want both hands doing something and both parts of the body doing something, because that's how we're gonna create the counter pressure or the energy. I need my left hand, my other hand to get active now. So remember, your royalty and somebody is doing something, they're attacking you, they're coming at you, and at the end of the day, they are going to pay a very hefty price. They're not going to get off easy. They decided to do something, again, your royalty, so you have to, I hate to say it like this, you need to punish them with your technique, okay? So that being said, as I'm stepping back to that angle, my left hand is going to go straight out towards the eyes. And I realize that they may be trying to push me, punch me, or kick me, but it doesn't really matter. By sending my hand straight out at their eyes, I'm intercepting their intent. I'm not worried about their technique. If I can intercept their intent, the technique's never going to be as good. So that being said, I'm not stepping back and then sending this hand out. That's not going to work. I need to send the hand. And you've heard me say this before, Sensei, hands first, hands first, hands first.
Always,
right?
always.
So somehow they're coming at me. I send that left hand straight out. And as I do that, now I take that step back. Boom. Left hand is forward, right hand is back. And you are very familiar with this, yes?
Yes.
So I'm going to use push-pull power. And I'm going to bring that left hand back as my right hand goes forward. And they're going to pass by each other, not over each other, but by each other. The left hand will come back across from the elbow. I'm going to round my chest out a little bit. And I'm going to use that quick, cracky push-pull energy so that I'm here and I go.
Beautiful.
So I'm intercepting them with this first hand. I'm evading their technique. And then sadly, I'm going to penetrate their heart and then crush their soul.
That's the Sifu I know.
But I'm going to do it with a smile on my face. So work through this nice and easy. Remember, this is not hard power. It's soft, whipping, but very powerful technique. So if you're super tense and super rigid, you're going to be going, rah, and it's no good. Very relaxed. Hand goes out. I step only as far as I need to, mind you. So I'm not jumping all the way across to the next counting. I'm just literally moving slightly off the line of their attack. I'm intercepting their intent, their will. It's at the eyes or at the third eye. And then stepping and pull that energy and throwing that good, strong vertical fist. Make sure the elbow is down, not up, down. Okay, so if everybody can do that for a moment, I'm going to put everybody up on screen so I can see the goodness of what's going on.
I'm going to mute myself for 1 second here, Sifu.
All right. Remember, very upright, carry yourself, keep the rotation, around the spine for now. There's a second type of energy that, of course, I don't have enough, hours and days of the rest of our lives to figure out how to explain, to bring your power up the spine in a wave-like motion, but maybe that'll be the next seminar. Daniel, I dig your crane energy, brother. You look good. Kyle, what are we doing? Good, good. Everybody looks good. Don't worry, Dave Kalish. The magic power thumb will be coming out shortly.
Who's Dave Kalish?
Some guy. He hacked into the video conference. Mr. Dunphy, do not use this on your boys. They will not like it. Let's see.
We'll do it to him.
I have to worry more about them, Sifu.
Yeah. Let's see. Deshaun, if you can use more of your fingertips and less of your palm when you step back. Yes, sir. Rebecca, just because I've shown this to you doesn't mean you can come hunting for me. I'm just saying. Beautiful. All right.
Sifu, we have about 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes of technique and then talk time?
Us?
The best seminar ever. All right, so let's add like another technique to just sort of complete the energy. So coincidentally, a lot of times when instructors are doing these seminars, even though we've never communicated with each other at all, although Sensei Kamil did friend request me and I didn't friend request him, I didn't know who the hell he was at first, but now I do, and now I will friend request him. None of us have conferred about what we're going to teach. But coincidentally, somehow, the instructors in front of me have already taught a fairly critical piece of what I'm teaching, which is, it seems, the forward pressure while retreating thing. And have you not seen that consistent in everything everybody else has done so far? Yep, exactly. And I'm like, that's awesome that they did that. And I was like, well, I'm not just going to change my thing because they did that, because that's no good. So this is as much about, I think, connective tissue across the arts, and also about the mindset and the energy you're using, which will dictate the technique that you're going to use. Because I'll tell you right now, you don't know what you're going to punch or kick somebody with at first. They feed you, you respond with timing, distance, and speed, and you throw the appropriate tool to fit the solution. Unless you're pre-planning to just to hit them with your super powerful roundhouse, which, you know, that's Sensei Sean all day. So, all right, so let's go. So we're here, we step back at the angle, we intercept with that hand first, and we throw that punch. And we're cracking the whip. Pow! So I may hit them, I may not hit them. I don't really care. We are going to hit them. So I throw that punch. I'm going to sort of regain my space. I regain my space by dropping my hand and stepping forward at an angle, and now punching with this hand down to the body.
Okay.
Again, they're there, they're not there. I don't really care.
Just coming, this hand's coming down. And
So I throw the punch, I cycle down, and again, this energy is whipping. Okay?
Yeah.
So punch down, and then here. Now, you can see that I might be a little questionable being in front of somebody like this. So I'm punching low, and as soon as I finish that punch, then this foot is coming in. So I've gone back at an angle, I've punched the cross, I've come over here, I'm going to another cat stance, if you will. I'm going to send the left hand out again, step out with my right foot, and then cross stance to my left, and then punch forward again vertical with the right.
Beautiful.
So we start here, left, back punch right, curve down, step forward, shrug punch, follow the footwork in. Could I kick here? Absolutely. But from here, I'm going to cycle that left hand out as I step forward my right to gain distance, to gain back to where I was. Then that left foot will step forward into your cross stance, and I'll be punching with the right hand again.
Sifu, when you taking that step forward, is your left foot in front?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've stepped over with the left and punch. I've come to a right side, a right forward cat stance. My left hand goes out, my right foot goes out. And then I step forward with my left foot, crossing to in front of my right foot, so that I look like that.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yep.
Now again, crane mindset here. Not only have I regained my space, But now I've moved into your original space, so that loan that you took out, I'm now collecting a lot of interest on it.
Can you run it one more time, Sifu, and then we got just a couple minutes to catch up.
Let's do it right through together, okay?
Yep.
So let's get a little feet, and then we'll go. Ha. All right, so we're here. We step back to the right, but before that, the left hand comes out. I step, I turn, I sit, I punch. Turn that right hand down and curl back a little bit. Step forward at an angle into your long stance and punch downward. Bring your right foot up. Shoot your left hand forward as you step out with your right foot a little bit. Again, eye level attack. And then step forward with the left foot, sit into your cross stance and punch again. And then I get to finish with superpower Kung Fu punch right there in the screen. I didn't plan it, trust me.
A gem. Sifu Mark, you're a gem. You are a gem, a diamond in the rough.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That was amazing. Make sure if you have questions and comments, Sifu Mark is also on Facebook. So, you know, a lot of us who are Kyokushin practitioners and anybody, please, you know, other questions you have for him.
Well, absolutely. Make sure everybody does that. Email, text. And that probably goes for all the other instructors as well. If you have questions, just reach out to us because you know we love to talk about this stuff. So,
so I thought of a couple things here just that we could touch upon real quick.
Yes, sir.
One was the first question I had was Kung Fu your first? Was that your first style? Was that the first? Was that your foray into the arts?
I don't know if I have enough time to tell you the genealogy of all the arts, but it sort of starts like this. I started doing martial arts from watching TV shows when I was a kid. Now, I'm going to date myself, but I was watching the Wild Wild West, of course, James T. Kirk, the very first Kung Fu series. And then we had Saturday morning, you know, Kung Fu matinee on the local TV station. So that's what I sort of played with for years. And then, true story, I saved up my money and I bought the Bill Wallace Superfoot Karate book and started to teach myself karate from that book. And that's how I started myself, if you will. And then I was fortunate enough, and the neighborhood that I grew up in was very rich in the martial arts. There was a YMCA, there was 3 other schools in the neighborhood. There was a lot of transplant people who came to work for a large business, Kodak.
Sure.
And so there was a lot of martial arts in the neighborhood. So I got a chance after I'd started practicing on my own to meet other kids in the neighborhood, and then we all started to practice together. So it's kind of like Fight Club, but not Fight Club. But that's how it started. And then eventually I was able to get much more formalized practice. But my very first school that I attended, the very first official school, was in fact a Shaolin Kung Fu school.
Wow. Wow.
Yes,
wow. That's pretty amazing. You know, I'm noticing there was a few people that jumped on. Sempai Greer came to mind. I know Deshaun, you pointed out before, but they're all in the Rochester area, Sifu.
Really?
Yeah. So those Rochester folks, Sifu Mark, guess where he's based? Yes. I know Rochester's pretty big, but
I'm in Victor.
In Victor. The last thing I thought real quick, Sifu, because I think you touched upon this a little bit just in terms of the whipping strike and some of the differences of how power is generated in the training I've done with you. Very circular, very, very different ideas of how, but maybe I thought maybe you could just touch a little bit upon that. Just some of the differences that I've found in training with you and training certain Chinese systems versus Japanese systems, just, you know, again, in a very general way, but.
So I'm going to blow it apart like this. You ready? At the end of the day, the mechanism that gets you to the punch, as long as it's anatomically sound, doesn't matter. What matters is that final moment of alignment. So when I punch, if my elbow's outside of my fist, for the most part, I don't have a strong skeletal structure. I have a muscular structure, but not a skeletal structure, right? So no, and I'm not exaggerating, but my hands could be whipping all over the place. But by the time I get to my point of contact, this stuff has to be aligned. The difference in training it softer or harder is that most people in the beginning tend to recruit really heavily and exert a tremendous amount of effort too early and at the wrong places. So sometimes I think the difference between when you look at Chinese arts and Japanese arts is Japanese starts hard and becomes soft. Right? And that's the beauty, that's the elegance of it. Some of the internal Chinese arts start soft to finish hard. And it's sort of this thing, right? But what I would say, at least for me, because I'm not big and strong, is for me, I had to find a way to harness my natural speed, get my structure together, and then learn the lesson that relaxed is fast, and relaxed and fast is powerful if my focus and my structure are on time with my strike. Does that help?
Wow, you just won Keanu Reeves, man. That was amazing. Beautiful, as always. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed having Sifu Mark. It's a treasure to have my brother in the Kung Fu world be with us tonight. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much, everybody.
An honor to have you. So stay strong. We are not done. We are going to finish with a dear brother from Costa Rica. I'm sure he's going to make you sweat. Get ready. Yeah. My brother, Juan Ma, Sensei Juan Ma. Are you ready, brother?
Oh, Shidoshi, thank you so much. It's a true honor for me. It's a true honor for me. Thank you so much. It's a huge privilege. Thank you so much to all the participants, all the students, all the martial arts enthusiasts everywhere. Thank you so much to all the teachers. The knowledge, it's awesome. The courtesy, the friendship, the natural way that everybody explained everything. It's amazing. Thank you so much. So we're going to start. Thank you, Shidoshi. We're going to start from fighting stance. So taking a little back, I'm using my cell phone, so I put it on the middle, on a sort of like middle height, so you guys can see what I want to focus on. So to begin with, we're going to continue with the whiplash, or sort of the fast reaction versus super strong power heaviness. Okay, so I would like everybody to be on a fighting stance position, the back very, very straight. Okay, comfortable, really comfortable. Your hands to the sides of your ears. Okay, very comfortable. And from here, we're going to do some kicking with our front leg. Okay, shudan to the middle. Okay, shudan. Not without stepping in and then kicking, but from there, as you raise your knee and then the hips, okay? The hips is going to mark the difference over here. The turn of your hips, boom, is going to mark a really whiplash, fast, powerful kick, okay? Especially to the ribs, okay, to the body, or maybe even so up, okay? Joran height. Okay, really fast, bam. Okay, so please feel very, very comfortable, really relaxed. Okay, very relaxed. And from where your foot gets high, you kick and then you take it to the same position, to the same place, without stepping with the back leg. Okay, so from there we're going to start. Let's do very, very quickly, very relaxed. Let's do 10 chudan mawashigeris, chudan to the ribs, okay? Very relaxed, very relaxed. Let's go, people, let's go. H, ni, san, shi, ho, yep, sich, pat, q, q. Okay, now we're moving up, okay? Joran Mawashi. I'm gonna try to do this in 3 parts, okay? So this is just the first part of it, okay? I'm gonna try to relate to other techniques. This is just the first part of it. And then we're going to be relating everything up to get to the sort of the objective of all these techniques together. So now we're going Joran, okay? Without stepping, no. Front leg up, okay, front leg up. When you raise your knee, you have to, when you raise your knee for Joran Mawashigeri, your knee, or in this case, our left knee, the front knee should be aligned with your right shoulder, okay? Very diagonal, very diagonal. So from there, really, really relax. We kick Jonathon Mawashigeri. H. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Look. Sich. Now we have to speed it up a little bit, okay? If you can't keep too high, don't worry, guys. You can do it chudan, but very, very fast, very snap. It should be like an oisuki or like a kagesuki, but from your leg. Very, very unexpected. Okay, let's go again. Up, high, Jonathon Mawashi, H. If you can't do it, you should do it chudan, but very, very, very fast, okay? And with a whiplash. Remember, everything comes from the hips. Let's go. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Look. Sich. Hai. Two. Yeah. Okay, and now this is the part where I really wanted to get, but first we need to do the technique. So let's see. Let's imagine we have an imaginary fist over here, attached to our waist. Okay, attached to our waist. Imagine a third, 1, 2, 3, an imaginary fist right here on the hips, okay? On your right side of the hips. And imagine you're going to throw Yakusuki from that, from your hip, okay? Belt level. But obviously you can't do it. But we're going to do a feint punch like this. Bam, and then from the front leg, Chudan Mawashigeri. Okay, it would be something like this. Chudan Yakusuki, come back, Chudan Mawashigeri. Or you can also do it Joran height. Chudan Yakusuki, Joran Mawashigeri. But since we're doing this as a feint, okay, we're not going to throw the actual Yakusuki. We're going to feint it, okay? From there, so the opponent is probably going to think you're going to attack him or her this way, but you're not. You're just positioning yourself to get a very, very, very strong Chudan Mawashigeri. I'm going to do it very, very slowly. Bam, you come back, boom. Bam, Chudan Mawashigeri. Hip, all your body structure is perfectly positioned for you to have all the power on your front leg. Boom. Hip, Chudan Mawashigeri. Hip, Chudan Mawashigeri. So now we have to do it a little bit faster, both movements, okay? So let's go, just practicing. H, knee, san, feint point, feint punch, I'm sorry. Shi, go, look. So it has to be like really, really, really believable, okay? The feint punch has to be really, really, really believable. So now let's do it a little bit faster. Remember, it's the whiplash. Like the previous teachers, they did an amazing job explaining about whiplash and shifting weight. It's very much the same thing, okay? 1, 2, 3. So you can kick Chudan or Jodan, okay? Traditionally, this technique would be better for Chudan because this way, you did this, your opponent is going to block this way, uncovering all this section for the Chudan Mawashi, okay? So let's do it a little bit fast. Let's go. H, knee, san, shi,
Perfect.
go, look, sich, hatch, two, two. Now let's do 6 more, but Jodan. No, let's do 10 more Jodan. Same technique. Feint punch, Jodan. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Stand up straight, very relaxed. Let's go, let's go. Like Sifu said, relaxed and speed, whiplash. You're going to hit very, very hard. Let's go. H, ni, shan, shi, go, no, sich, hach, ju, ju. Okay, very important. Your belt, in case you're wearing a belt, is going to let you know if you're turning properly your hips. And now, I know everybody's tired, it's been an amazing seminar, but just to put a little bit of pressure on the muscles, okay, let's raise our leg, okay, shoot on height, and I'm going to count up to 20, straight, okay, you leave it like that, you leave your leg like that, good posture, and then we switch fighting stance, okay, let's go. H, ni, san, shi, come on, come on, come on, go, look, high, 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 sich, hach, Q, Q, reach, you need, you san, you shi, you go, you look, come on, you sich, you hach, you Q, knee, okay, move a little bit, you can stretch a little bit, okay, feel very relaxed, fighting stance with that joy, okay, now the other side, okay, we're gonna have right leg front, okay, same, okay, same technique, remember, hip, hip, hips, hips, okay, from the front leg, could be Chudan, could be Jodan, okay, some people are better with one leg or the other, so we're going to try to cover both. Let's go. Right leg. H, ni, shan, shi, go, le, sich, hach, q, ju. Okay, let's go up as up as you can, okay? As high as you can. Jodan Mawashigiri, front leg. Come on. Remember, stand up straight, very relaxed. Diagonal knee. This time the knee has to be in a straight line with your left shoulder. Let's go. Come on, up. Jodan Mawashigiri. H, ni, san, shi, go, le, sich, hach, chu. Yeah. Okay, now same. Okay, punch feint. Okay, I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna punch Yakusushi, but I'm not. I'm just twisting my hips, coming back, shifting a little bit the weight. Boom. And there you go. Let's do a couple of them. Very slow, very relaxed. Each. It has to be believable, right? Imagine you're attacking with a Chudan Yakusuchi. Ni, san, shi, go, le, sich, hach, chu, always face forward, you. Okay, now let's do 10 Chudans fast, okay? Faster than before. Bam, bam, okay? Remember, the person has to believe you're going to attack him or her this way, okay? This way. And you're attacking ultimately with the Chudan, kick the other side, okay? Let's go. Come on. H, ni, san, shi, go, le, sich, hach, chu, you. Amazing job, everyone. Amazing job, everybody. Doing great. Now let's go. Jonathon, Mama Shigeri. Come on. Very relaxed. Let's enjoy last part of the seminar. Come on. Bam, bam. Very, very explosive. Let's go. H, ni, san, she, go, look, sich, hutch, chew, chew. Excellent job, excellent work, people. Now, same as with the left leg, we're going to place over there, very, very stretched, very tense, very, yeah, like the leg completely in a kicking position, okay? 20 counts, 20 counts. Let's go, right leg up, twist your hips, and let's go, people, come on. H, ne, san, shi, go, look, sich, hot, two, you, H, ni, san, shi, come on, go, look, sich, come on, we're almost there, hatch, two, yeah, okay, let's breathe, Shingoku reach.
Sensei, we have about, Sensei, about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Hidoshi. Can I have one more technique? Very
Please,
short, very quickly.
Of course. Five more minutes, then we'll talk and then we'll finish up. You're amazing. We love you. I hope you people out there are training hard, right? We save Juan Ma at the end. You better be giving everything you got now.
Thank you. Thank you, Hidoshi. So, same, I'm going to put this over here so that you can get a little bit more of the proper angle, okay? In Kyokushin, we hardly ever, when we are fighting, we hardly ever kick Yokogeri, okay? We're always, even my Geri is not that common. So I'm very glad Sempai Sensei Jonathon brought it up today, okay? My Geri and Jokogeri are super powerful kicks, okay? So what happens if we include Jokogeri from front leg fighting stance, Jodan Jokogeri? I'm going to try it myself these days, and I have seen that it's being very effective in kids, okay? Especially because they're very flexible. Not that we cannot do it, but I think that we should all try. So, Jodan Jokogeri, especially for long distance fighting, okay? You cross your knee, again, as if you were going to hit your right shoulder with the knee, and then from there, Jodan, Jokogeri, and then bam, 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 bam. You can enter. You're going to break the distance, and you can enter really, really hard, especially because the other person is going to block. He's going to leave all body and legs open to get hit, okay? So let's just do a couple, okay, from one guard and the other. Let's go, Jokogeri. If you want to do it Chudan, fine. If you want to do it Jodan, fine. Let's go. H, ni, san, and you can even include the same feint punch. H, ni, san, shi. Okay, change guard. Again, same. Jodan Jokogeri. H, ni, san. Okay, and the beauty of this is that you can begin with feint punch, Jodan Jokogeri, and then continue with whatever techniques you want. Just to finish up, it is something that we like to do. It's very, very powerful. It's very effective for cardio breathing. We're going to inhale, very, very deep. We're going to inhale. And once you're exhaling, you're going to do shadow boxing without inhaling again, as far as you can, okay? Let's do one time, very deep. H. No more inhaling, knee. Come on, shadow boxing, shadow boxing. One more. I'm not gonna be talking. Each. Oh, especially these days, if you do not have the proper equipment to train, this is going to help you out a lot with your stamina and your cardio for fighting. Thank you so much, Doshenker. Oh, thank you so much. That's it for me.
Oh, Juan Ma, Sensei, thank you. That was a that was a treat. Finishing like the Kyokushin that we know. I love it. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My honor. Don't jump off real quick if you have a second, everybody. We're only going to take about 2 more minutes here. But Sensei Juan Ma, I just wanted to finish with, I had one question for you. Knowing you for years and watching you fight for years, and I thought this would be a good question for you because we have lots of different students of different ages, particularly as we get older, who have the desire maybe to compete, but aren't sure about it. So I thought maybe a couple words of why compete? Why compete in semi-knockdown or knockdown fighting, depending on age and everything else?
Oh, Doshi, thank you so much for that question. I'm going to try to go quick on this one, not because I don't want to talk, because I know that we have a short amount of time. Well, basically for me, and I know that for some of my friends that train karate, Sempai Jonathon, and my students, even fighting and competing in Kyokushin karate means life. I love my life. Even though we're having this difficult situation worldwide, for me, fighting is the best way to remember myself, that I am alive, that we have to live it super happy and super grateful. Life is about character. Character and karate almost sound alike. They're different words, but their meaning is very, very close. Character. Fighting is about enjoying life. Fighting is to remember yourself that you are alive. There are many people that would love to just walk outside their houses, and maybe they can't because they're in a hospital or they're having difficult health situations. So fighting is the best way for you guys to remember you are alive. It's an adrenaline rush that it reminds you that life is beautiful. Life is about friendship. This is also karate. This reminds us that we are all alive. We have people here from Costa Rica, Mexico, South America, Central America, North America, and we're all together because we are martial arts enthusiasts. So what else can I say? Train hard. Life is about fighting, and fighting is also life. Okay?
Beautiful.
So thank you so much, Hidoshi. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We're family, okay? Family comes first, and this is a big, 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 huge karateka family. Thank you so much for this huge opportunity. All of you guys are great. Also, for all the teachers, lots of respect and admiration. Thank you so, so much. So remember, fighting will remind you that you guys are alive. So if you have the chance, go ahead. Doesn't matter if you're 5 years old, doesn't matter if you are 50 years old. It's all about having a good time.
Well, words of wisdom. Thank you, Sensei, so much. I'm going to ask everybody if they could just stay on mute for 1 more second. And Reg, if you could just make me the center here. I don't know how we do that. Hopefully we still have Reggie on. I just want to see if, thank you. And yes, if you're 58 years old, Kelly and Alan, or Alan, yes, you absolutely should fight. Even more of a reason to. It is a privilege and an honor to know so many martial artists of different styles across different cultures and different countries, and be connected to them. It's more than I've ever dreamed of, and this is just a taste of some of the great people that I know, and there's more to come. I just want to remind everybody, there's another one of these in 2 weeks on May 7th. I'll name the instructors just real quick, and then I would like to just do a bow out real quick. Sensei Katie Murphy will be with us that night. Sensei Katie will be featuring some Krav Maga. Guru George Tabor will be with us doing some Jeet Kune Do. Verge Minervini will be with us doing some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. My good friend from Georgia, Sensei Andy Stolarik, will be on doing a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu, some Muay Thai. And honored to have my brothers from Canada, Dino and Peter Ronco, will be taking us through some Kyokushin as well. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. Please spread the word. Because I recorded it, I'm going to try to get it posted on my Fighting Spirit Karate page soon. if I can figure out the tech side of that. But please, if you enjoyed it, because I'm not sure I'll be able to check and see all the comments that came up from Zoom, please send me some messages on Facebook or by email if you enjoyed it. Things that you might want to see next time. Would you like to send questions in? Would you prefer having some of the instructors answer questions from the students? All that kind of stuff. But in Kyokushin, we usually sit in seiza. You can sit or stand whatever way you want, but I've always found that this is the most important and most connected part of training. So we'll just do a short meditation together, and then we'll open our eyes and we'll open up the microphones real quick, give it a minute or two, and then we'll all sign off because I'm sure everybody's hungry. Okay, so whatever way's comfortable, get your body relaxed, get your face relaxed. Know that at least 50 or more of us were connected tonight, and that is a beautiful thing. Everybody take a deep breath in. Exhale. So. Soyame, right? Us. A big bow to all of our instructors, Sensei Kamil, Coach Jeff Berger, Sempai Jonathon Gonzalez, Sifu Mark Cardona, and Sensei Juan Ma. Thank you guys for tonight. Os. Reggie, if you could maybe unmute everybody so we can, if everyone wants to chime in real quick, we'll give it a minute and then we can sign off.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Os, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes. Big hug for everyone. Thank you so much from Coach.
Os, Sensei.
Thank you.
Os.
People from everywhere. Sensei Sato, wonderful. This
Big Os from Canada. See you in 2 weeks.
Sean Greg is there. Oh, look at
Thank you, everybody.
Sean Greg.
Everyone.
Os, good to see everyone. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Hi. People from Ohio, us.
Os.
Yep.
Os, Elijah.
Hi, Senpai Mike. Os.
Os.
Senpai Greer, Sensei Katie, and Sensei Dave. Os. I'm looking at this and seeing how amazing our family is. Look at how big our family is. It's all over the world. Our family is all over the world.
Oh, somebody's out. Mike's still sharing.
Mike.
Reggie, how do we get rid of that?
everybody.
Reggie's got control of Mike's computer now.
There we go. Great. Senpai Haru, how are you?
Awesome, doing good. Good training.
Great,
Os.
great.
Os.
Os Sensei Artur. Wonderful, wonderful to see everybody. I hope you're as sweaty and tired as I am.
Hey, that's awesome.
Please spread the word and be there on May 7th. And again, I'll throw this out there also. Some of you were on there on Saturday with Shion Gorokov, but Sensei Wesley Jansen and Sensei Darren Stringer have been doing some incredible training through the week. Saturday morning, there's a Zoom. They can take more than I can take. They can get a couple hundred people on. They have some guest training. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 hours of intense Kyokushin training. Don't miss it. I did it Saturday and I couldn't walk for 2 days, but that's not because I was taking low kicks from Senpai Jonathon Gonzalez. That was just I couldn't walk. I'm gonna sign off myself only because I have to eat dinner, take a shower, and see my kids.
Everybody.
Thank you, guys. A wonderful night. Thank you, helping out.
everyone.
Greg, great to see you.
Thank you.
See everyone as soon as possible.
Everybody stay safe.